Well, hello everyone. This is Richard Kadish, owner and broker in charge of Go Gated Realty, Hilton Head Island and Bluffton, South Carolina. And today is October 9th, 2016, and we're in Baynard Park on the west side of Bluffton. It's a Pulte community, and I'm a buyer's agent checking up on a home, a new build under construction for my clients, who of course are not here, and they're stressed out about the news of the hurricane, or I assume they're stressed out. If I was away, I would certainly be stressed out about this Hurricane Matthew that just came through a couple of days ago. And as you can see, the house is completely undamaged, even with the garage door not yet installed. And we're going to take a quick look at it, but I'm just able to assure my buyers that their house is 100% okay. I'm speaking as their buyer's agent, and also just talking to people in general who might be seeing a lot of the news on TV about how destructive this hurricane is and has been. Well, of course, almost all of that is over on Hilton Head Island, which is about 10 miles east of here. Here we see a house in the framing stage next door with absolutely no damage whatsoever. And we look around, we see that, oh gosh, maybe only 1 out of 6 or 7 people bothered to put any of the plywood shutters on their windows. And everything is absolutely, I don't see the first shingle off in any house in the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, down the street there's a new build which is being framed, and you can see that not a single one of those trusses is damaged. Even the portable toilet out nearby there wasn't blown over. Well, we just didn't get it over here in Bluffton the way they got it on Hilton Head Island. This is the most that I've seen in any of the neighborhoods on the new builds out here. You notice the roof sheathing, the roof paper, the tar paper on the roof deck when they were at that stage, before the siding, before the shingles. A lot of that blew off, as you might expect, because we did out here in Bluffton have gusts as forecast of maybe 50 to 80 miles an hour, which is tropical storm and just entry-level hurricane gusts. Well, again, my name is Richard Kadish. It's Kadesh, and my company is Go Gated Realty. And I'm the Gated Community Specialist. Ladies and gentlemen, both Go Gated Realty and Gated Community Specialist are federally registered trademarks. And of course, Baynard Park is a gated community. We're not here really to talk so much about the community, other than to say that this is a very high ground. You know, so many of my buyers talk about flooding, their concerns about flooding. Well, this is floodplain C. And you'll notice there's no sod here. We have seen a fair amount of erosion to the ground, even without sod, but the drainage here is just wonderful. We had, so we're told, 21 inches of rain in Bluffton, the most of any coastal location. So I'm told 21 inches of rain. And so to a lot without any sod in it yet, really very little, nothing serious. Look at this now. The house has been painted on the inside. The garage door was open during the storm. The interior of the garage is pristine. Absolutely no flooding of any kind. Not even close. Not even with 21 inches of rain is there any flooding in this home. Here, let's just take a quick peek inside. This is called the Tangerly oak model, and the boxes that you see are the cabinets and all that have been delivered. The sheetrock is in, the painting, first coat of paint is on. We're not going to walk through and see the floor plan overall. I'm just letting you know that there's been no leaks to this house. And it's a beautiful sight. And of course, as a buyer's agent, I want to make sure that my clients are well taken care of, and that they know that even though they're back home, wherever that is, that their house is okay. Now this would have been, with this covered porch in a high wind, could have been a lift danger for high winds. You see, none of that happened. There's no soffit, there's no ceiling panels, nothing, no problems whatsoever with this house. We do have some erosion here in back. As you can see, it kind of grades steeply down to the woods. And of course, that will be repaired with new topsoil. I am so pleased that this and so many other homes here in Bluffton are in A-OK condition. You know, the homes that suffer during a storm are your older homes. The older homes and the lower lying homes. Flooding, we actually had very little of that here. The storm surge, I understand, took out docks along the Colleton and possibly the May River. I've heard it for sure about Colleton River. I haven't heard about the May River yet. Mostly power lines down, things like that. Well, out here the power lines are buried. So they're not down, they're buried. And we never had any loss of plumbing. Oh, the reason I say this is because I stayed in Bluffton during the storm and made a very informed decision about it, because watching it, had a hotel reserved elsewhere to evacuate. But when we saw that the eye of the storm was forecast to stay off of Hilton Head Island, and that Hilton Head Island was going to maybe get a Category 1 winds, with Bluffton getting really the equivalent of a tropical storm with gusts of 50 to 80 miles an hour, then I decided to stay. And a friend needed to park his car away from the marshy area where there was supposed to be a storm surge, so we put that car in my garage and we rode out the storm. And I'm glad I did, because now, even 2 days after the storm, they're not letting people back in Beaufort County yet. And of course, this is a totally different story for Hilton Head Island, ladies and gentlemen, because Hilton Head Island had many more trees down, power lines down, some loss of plumbing, some flooding, and they're not even allowing people to get back on Hilton Head Island yet, even for the next 24 to 48 hours. So, but it will be fine. It will be fine, and the owners of this house are fine, aside maybe losing perhaps a week of time in the construction duration, a few days before the storm where the workers need to evacuate, and then a few days after the storm when they can then get back and resume their work. But no damage here, I'm happy to report. I would just invite you to call me or email about your real estate needs, and I certainly would be happy to work with you as a buyer's agent. I have 41 years of Hilton Head Island and Bluffton experience. I am a former licensed South Carolina home builder. I love helping my buyers with the new home process, and I'm only paid at closing if you buy and when you close, by the commission, which is already in the price of every listed home or new build like this one. And of course, so many of the new builds are not in our Hilton Head MLS. They're with the various builders. And of course, many of you will tell me that you've already met with this or that agent with the builder. Well, that's fine. They represent the builder developer. They actually expect you to have an agent, and they don't lower your price if you don't have an agent. So it really is a no-brainer, folks. Call me up. Let's work together. Let me represent you. I'm sure I can save you time and money. Some of my buyers save as much as $10,000 in their negotiations with me on board. I'd like to do that for you too, or at least try. No guarantees, of course, but having me on your side just doesn't cost you anything more, and I'm sure I will have advice that you can trust and information that can help you out. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, there are more at the Go Gated channel on YouTube, so please subscribe. And congratulations to this homeowner. Your house is 100%, no problem, with the exception of some dirt around the house. And of course, once that's replaced and the lot is sodded, I don't see that ever happening again. 21 inches of rain did the really relatively minor erosion that you see around this house, with absolutely no other damage whatsoever. Well, thank you again for watching. I look forward to meeting you, so please call or email.